follow the light, my darling. One more kiss before I fly, and I'm gonna go where you go. Gonna stay up all night, leave the world outside. 'Cause when you open your eyes in the morning, and I'm not in the bed you lie, I want you to know what I know. Our love will be alright. It's only you on my mind. Gonna follow the light, my darling. One more kiss before I fly, and I'm gonna go where you go. Gonna stay up all night, leave the world outside. Leave the world outside. Will you meet me in the morning when the sun